Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here with another short video on precision farming for Farming Simulator 19. And today what we're going to be doing is testing out soybeans again. And what I want to know is how much nitrogen soybeans actually puts into the ground, the different soil types that we have at harvest. Now, I did this test before, but I already had nitrogen in the ground. And this time I want to come back and see exactly how much that raises depending on the soil type. So let me take you over to the map and I'll show you what I have. It's the same test area that we've been using before. I've got all four soil types going left to right, right to left here on this map. I've got the silty clay, I've got loam, sandy loam, and loamy sand. And what I'm going to do is put two strips side by side of crop, and then we're going to let it go all the way to full maturity, well, to harvest. And then we're going to harvest it off and see how much it is. Now, I also want to show you the pH levels. As you can see, everything here is as it should be on this map. And I was recently informed that these pH levels are quarter increments, 0.25 increments on this map. But the field, if you actually get out and if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner, let me get over here a little bit. You can see, like right there, if I turn, and you guys can, where is it at? So 6.375. That doesn't actually show up on our map. And what it's doing is it's reading as a 6.25. So good and not perfect. So it's really, really interesting. And I'm going to do another test on that at another time to determine how much is taken out of each soil type. So be on the lookout for that test also. But this one, back to this. What I've got is the planter. Well, actually, let's go back over to the map. I didn't show you guys everything yet. On the pH, we're good there. On the nitrogen, what I have is 0. The whole area that I want to plant, the two strips, are all going to be in 0, except for that little bit down there at the end. And it's at 20. So we're going to focus more on the rest of it and not worry about that little end down there. So we have 0 nitrogen in the ground right now. And I want to see how much it increases for each one of these soil types. So that's what we're going to check out. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up. And as you can see, I do have liquid fertilizer already selected. And it's automatic right now also. But if I start to pull forward, you're going to see that no values detected. If I keep going just a little bit more, it's going to say crop does not require additional fertilizer. My target is 0 on this, absolutely 0. So we already knew that, but I'm just showing you that I'm not adding any additional nitrogen to this crop, this field, while I'm planting. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way across. I'm going to turn around and come back. And then I will let it grow. We're going to turn our speed up and I will come back and then we'll be ready to harvest. So I'll see you guys then. Actually, there is one more thing I want to show you before we get to harvest. I want to jump back over to the map and show you that we now have crop in the ground right here. I have two strips, and if I come back over here, you can see that our nitrogen is still at 0 in those areas. I'm also going to hop out here, and we're going to walk back, and we're going to walk over this, and you guys can see down in the bottom right here. I've got soybeans, they're growing, loamy sand, 6.0 on the pH, and 0 on the nitrogen. For some reason, this one's showing 140. I don't know what's... So right here, it says 0, 140 bad. I don't know what's going on there, y'all. Because it's like, some parts I can be... That's so interesting. Yeah, that's really, really interesting how it's jumping like that from 0 to 180 and 0 to 140. So we're going to see. I don't think we did anything wrong, but I will see you guys at harvest. And everything is ready to harvest. I just want to show you guys really quickly. We're going to come over here, and nitrogen is still set at 0. So we're going to go ahead and knock everything down, and we are going to look at the yields also, just to make sure, you know, while we're doing this, and then we'll take a look at the pH increase. So I'm going to turn this on, lower it down, turn the header on, and here we go. I will, I've got the fast header, so it's not going to take a minute. But, you know, we should be expecting, as we come across here, 80% yield, and then a 90% yield. Or, I'm sorry, an 80% yield, and then a 100% yield, and then a 125, and then we finish off with a 90. And that's going right to left. Now, if we come back across the other way, we are expecting a 90, and then a 125, and then a 100, and then finish off with an 80. So we'll go ahead and stick it around here. What are your guys' thoughts on, what is everyone's thoughts on soybeans? Are you going to use it as kind of a booster, you know, in between crops to be able to get a, you know, a increase in your pH, so you're not spending as much money on that? I mean, you're going to make money on it because we know it's a good profitable crop. So is that what you're going to do? Just kind of put it as filler? I think it's really, really interesting, the different strategies that people could use. So we're going to turn that off, raise it up, turn the machine off. Got about a half there. Man, that's pretty good for that size field. Anyway, let's run over and let's take a look at the map. Once again, here are our soil types. We got silty clay, loam, sandy loam, loamy sand. Let's take a look at the yields. So we're going to be in this area right in here. Okay. So let's take a look at 125, just what we thought. 100, as we predicted. 90 is going to be over there. 80 is right there. So it's exactly what we wanted to see. What we got with the same way of doing the test last time. So we were good there. Now let's take a look at our nitrogen. You guys ready for this? Here we go. Wow. So 0 got knocked off. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of... Oh, do I want to get rid of 20 or 40? Let's get rid of 40 first. Ooh. So it's all 40. So it's a little bit darker, and we think that has to do with the outdated data down there. But it looks like nitrogen is going to add 40 all the way across the board. For every single soil type, it looks like you're going to have an increase of 40 every single time. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come back and plant again in the exact same spots, and then that's going to show us if we get another 40 increase. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, like I said, in the exact same strips right here. We're going to plant again and make sure that we get another 40 increase. So I will see you guys when I've got that planted. So we got the second round of soybeans in the ground here, and as you can see by the map, we have not increased any at all. We are still setting on 40. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. We are good to go there. So now I've got to speed up time, and we'll come back and harvest this. We're ready to harvest this again. So let's run over and take a look at the map really quickly again, just so you guys are up to date on where we are. Everything is at 40 right now, and that is after the first harvest. So we're going to go ahead and kick it on, lower it down, and we're going to go ahead and take off. Now, I heard something really interesting too, and we're going to take a look at that. That there might be a little trick or a bug that if you plant soybeans back to back, something interesting happens to your yield. So we're definitely going to take a look at that, and that's another reason why I wanted to do two harvests here back to back. The other was to see if that was consistently a 40-point gain with soybeans. So hopefully what we're going to see here is that now our nitrogen is at 80 points, and that the little trick or bug thing happened with the yields. So we're going to look at nitrogen first, then we'll jump over and look at the yields. So we're almost done here. As soon as we get done, we'll jump straight over to that nitrogen sheet, or nitrogen map, and take a look at that. So we're finishing up here. It's a vanishing train. I don't know if you guys caught that. It's so awesome. I like the little things that happen unexpectedly. The train, as it was going on the railroad track, if you guys rewind it, you'll see the train was disappearing as it was getting to the crossing. So, all right, let's go take a look at our map now. So we were at 40. We've harvested twice now, and it's still at 40. That's interesting. So it didn't gain any more. That's really odd. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are seeing the same thing, because to me, that just seems really, really odd. But we're going to go ahead and kick these back on really quickly, and I want to take a look at our yield. All right. So if you remember before, our yield was consistent with the 125, 100, 90, and 80. Well, now, check this out. Nothing's at 125, but everything is at 100. If you're on loamy sand or silty clay and you don't know what to plant, I recommend planting soybeans. Definitely. You're going to get 100% yield. That is so crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video or learned something today, go and give me a thumbs up if you would. And if you want to be kept up to date on all my future precision farming videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and hit the notification button too. That way you can be notified, because I'm putting out multiple videos a day. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53, signing off.